gear. I know you just got through watching Gung Ho do his video on all his gear. And he did his gear with a beer. And I'm doing my gear with water. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to get with you guys and show you guys what my gear is. Obviously, the big three that we talked about, it's the same as Gung Ho's. We talked about on the video, the last one we just did, we released yesterday. So if you haven't seen that, do go watch it. But just to recap it, we do have the Mountain Hardwear Terralite 20-degree bag. We have the Neo Air X NXT pad. We've also got our tent. I don't know where it went. But anyway, we have the tent is our Z-Pack Triplex. It's a 3-person tent. We love that tent. I also have the Gossamer gear. I think it's an 8-inch pad. That will be going underneath the thermarest those nights that it's really cold. But yeah, and then we also have the reactor that we're going to be using as well. That's new for us, but you know, we've heard so much good about it. We wanted to try it since we are starting when it's really cold and just give us a little extra warmth, just in case. But as far as my clothes go, it's, you know, I'm going to kind of go through it kind of, you know, not fast, but not real slow either. So if there's any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. You can just do them in the comments below. But anyway, here, let's go. This is a runner's hat, and I'm going to be wearing this on days that, you know, it's real sunny, yucky, rain. This will be on with rain, and have my bill will be going over it for my raincoat. Then I have 2 buffs. One of the buffs is a merino wool. I wore it on the Max Patch hike that we did last week. If you haven't seen that video, it's out as well. Check it out. It was gorgeous. But anyway, it worked really well with the winds. The gusts were probably at about 30 miles an hour. And I wore this like on my neck and up to my mouth, and it was very warm. And then I also have the AT buff that I wear like this. I just love buffs. As he said in his video, we're just buff fans. You can use them for everything. I also have a half buff for those days that it's, you know, nicer, warmer, and I can just wear this, and you know, it's a little lighter, a little less weight. I'm also wearing the, I'm taking 2 pairs of the REI Active underwear, and I'm taking a Smart Wool short sleeve shirt. Underneath that, I'm wearing my Ridge Merino bralette. It's great. I've tried it out several times. Absolutely love it. And then I will have on, between that, I will have my town shirt, the F shirt. It's like the little Appalachian Trail mascot. I absolutely cannot say enough about this shirt. I love it. The comfort level's crazy. It is a sun shirt, but I wear it, I layer it up because honestly, it helps with wind as well. So I do love this. I'm also, as a protective layer as far as warmth, I'm going with the micro fleece made by Mountain Hardwear. This is extremely similar to the Melanzana, and I really like it. I've worn it several times. It's extremely warm. It pairs well with my jacket. I do love it. As far as pants, I just honed in this. These are the Smart Wool flannel interior leggings. They also are wind resistant. They are fantastic. I wore them up on Max Patch the other day as well. Great test out. We were hiking in some snow, and the winds were pretty significant, and these held up fantastic. So I can't say enough about these. These are really comfortable. I'm excited that I found them finally. And then I have the same as Gung Ho. I wear the Torrid Enlightened Equipment Torrid jacket. I've had this jacket for two or 3 years. About 3 years. But I wear this jacket every day in the cold weather. I mean, literally, I wear it I literally would wear it year round if I could. It's just comfortable. I love it. It layers well. It breathes amazing. I just can't say enough about that jacket. Like I said, I've been wearing it for a while now and wear it all the time. Then we also have sealskin socks that we picked up. With us starting in February, if we hit the Smokies, because we live in Western North Carolina, we know how the weather can be very unpredictable. we don't want to go not prepared. So these will be with us. And speaking of which, we're also taking a pair of yak tracks. These are for trail running because the trail will be icy in a lot of coves and stuff. Even when it's like 50 or 60 outside, some of the coves of these mountains are still not thawed out in this time of year, and sometimes up until mid to late March. So we are going to take these. They are very light, so the weight is not an issue as far as these go. We'll take them. We'll see how far. We want to at least have them through the Smokies. We'll just see. If anything, we can bounce them ahead. But as far as shoes, I have just picked up and fell in love with the Topo Mountain Racer 3s. I wore these up on Max Patch the other day, and I have foot issues. I've had it for a while. I've had it since my section hike in 2008. I developed plantar fasciitis. I've had heel spurs. So I have off and on frequent issues with my feet. I've learned how to deal with the pain and to work with it and massage through it and everything else. So, but these shoes automatically kind of relieves that. I mean, I don't want to like jinx myself, but these shoes are amazing. I've heard from so many people about them. The toe box, my toes felt like they could like breathe, and it being flat-footed as well. These shoes, for some reason, work really well for me. The inserts for them are the sole inserts, and these are the ones specifically for plantar fasciitis. They work very well. I've used them for years. And as far as socks go, of course, I'm taking 3 pairs of Darn Tough. One for camp, two for trading back and forth for hiking. I also have Dirty Girl Gaiters. I will be wearing these, especially in the, because we have so much mud, and I'll never forget, I fell in love with gaiters in 2008. When I got to Neil Gap, I had mud all the way up to my knees on my pants, and every night I was fighting mud, and it just was getting in my shoes and everything else, and I said, you know what, I'm getting gaiters. And so ever since then, I've carried gaiters or wore them or, whatever. So the Dirty Girls are great. I also have a pair of wool, good old-fashioned wool fingerless gloves. I do have a pair of REI liners that I'm going to be taking as well, and I will pair them with these. I do get cold-handed, but once my hands get warm, they stay pretty warm. So the good old-fashioned rag wool paired with the liners works really well. I'm also going to be taking the turtle fur hat. This is an extremely warm hat. It has a Polartec inside, but it's very warm. Yeah, it's a great hat. I'm also going to be taking an extra bralette, Ridge Merino bralette. That'll be for wearing at night when I get to camp. I will put that on. It's just something fresh, make me feel better. And then I also have these Smart Wool exercise shorts, actually, basically. They have pockets and everything. I'm taking these to sleep in underneath my other stuff, and they're going to be like a layer, but also these are going to be worn once the weather, if we have good weather days where I could just wear these instead of my pants. I could do that, or also paired with my Ridge Merino bralette, I can wear it like a bathing suit, kind of, sort of. So that's where my thought was on that. Also, my new find for this year, I found the Cinchis. I have a Cinchi 90 hoodie that I have purchased that I love. It's really strange because it's see-through, but it's so warm. I can't quite understand it. I'm still trying to wrap my head around how that happens, but anyway, I will be having this and the Cinchi 90 pants. These will be my camp warm clothes. I'll be wearing my Ridge Merino bralette and my Smart Wool shorts underneath that when I get to camp and stuff. But I'll also probably be switching over to just using this for my pullover and sending my Mountain Hardwear home. I'm playing it safe because my Mountain Hardwear is a thicker micro fleece, And for now, since we are starting in February, like I said, it's not overkill. You don't know what you're going to get into. Our temperatures right now, for example, are in the teens, and so there's that. But these together don't even weigh a pound. And I thought, for that kind of weight and the reviews that are popping up that are really great, worth it. It's called Cincy Designs. If you haven't checked them out, check them out. It looks like a great company. Most of our gear comes from a garage grown companies. So if you haven't heard of garage grown gear, it is a website you can go on and get all garage grown gear. And that's where I found Cincy. So I don't know if I mentioned the little down puppies, but I've got them here. Also, I've got inside of this is the sack that the puffy boots came in, but I decided to use it to keep my rain stuff and everything together. So I have my raincoat that I have worn for years also. It is an Enlightened Equipment raincoat. It is extremely lightweight, but it layers fantastically. It is a great raincoat. It's also a great wind breaker. Yeah, like I said, I wear it all the time too, like I do the Torrid jacket, and I pair both of those together, and it's great. It's great. I also have the Enlightened Equipment rain mitts that will go over that for those days that it's just crap weather outside, especially with the cold, because when you got cold and rain, it sucks. And then I also have, and I can't remember, I think these are Enlightened Equipment. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. But these are wind pants, and when I got them, I thought they were a trash bag because they seriously look like a trash bag, but they're not, and they're actually extremely durable for what I was thinking. So I got these just in case to go over top of my pants and everything. I'm not sure if I'll end up needing them. If I don't, I'll send them home, but they're so extremely lightweight, it's not like it's much weight to be added, so I thought, why not? And then I have my rain wrap, and I've had this for years as well. It is a multi-use piece of equipment for me. It's also Enlightened Equipment. Obviously, I use it for the rain, but I also use it as a ground cloth that I can sit on when I'm taking my breaks. I've used it right outside my tent. I've used it in my tent to lay stuff on. Lay your wet pack on. Things, there's all kinds of things that it comes in handy for, So I do like that, like the rain skirt. So let's see what else we've got here. Talked about my shoes. So let's see. We'll talk about, well, since I got it in front of me, like Gung Ho said, we do use the Be Free Katahdin water filter. It works fantastic. We do have a large one, but we decided just use these, and we will be pairing them with like 2 smart water bottles like we normally do, but that's the extent. We don't need anything else really. I do have something here that I've had for a long time, and it's an anti-gravity gear bowl. So basically, I don't know if anybody else has seen this, but I've had this a really long time. But it is you can tote water in it. You can fill it up with water and tote water in it. I also use it at water sources to put my water in like that and carry it like a tote bag or bucket to carry my stuff back to camp. It's multi-use. I've actually bathed out of it. I've washed a shirt in it before. I've washed my hair with it, using it. So this thing is extremely handy. I will always go somewhere with it. Everywhere I go backpacking it, I'll have it. Also, to go along with that, I do have a small little water source cup that I made out of I cut a plastic bottle in half and use this to dip water out when needed to try to get, sometimes the sources are not that great. You can't like dip a whole bottle in. So I do use this to get the water out to put into something to filter it. Also, just like Gung Ho, I do have a snow stake that I use as my trowel. I use it as a water source, to dig out water sources that aren't flowing well. You can use it as a stake for your tent if need be. There's lots of uses for it. I've always carried it. It's a great piece. And then in there with that is a knee brace. It's random, but it's a little knee brace because sometimes on the downs, because they're excessive, especially in the beginning, when you're first starting a lot of miles, they can hurt your knees. And so I'm taking one with me just in case, because I have had that issue before. I will be carrying the tent stakes. He carries the tent. I carry the tent stakes. And we just use these stakes that we found on Amazon. They're basically like the MSR groundhogs. Basically the same thing. We carry about 8 to 10 of those. And then I will also be carrying the stove. But we are going to do a separate video about our stove and our kitchen and all of that stuff, our fuel, everything. We'll be doing a separate video about that, because it's just, you know, all these videos with gear and everything can take time. Let's see. So we do use, both of us use a Z-Pax UL umbrella. This thing is fantastic because it also is a SPF 50. And so when it's like an open area for sun, it can be great for that when it's hot. I've used it for that. It's also fantastic for rain, just to add a little extra protection. It's nice. If you've been walking all day in rain and you're dripping and everything, this being with you, it's just fantastic to have some of that extra coverage. I do have a Nylofoam plastic that I will put down on the ground right outside the tent, and I put like either my shoes on it or whatever else right outside the tent, and I use it to stand on as well, to get into the tent, so that, you know, just to try to keep from having so much yuck in the tent. This is great because I lay it down for us to sit on when we're, he has one and I have one, but we lay it down for us to sit on, you know, on breaks. You know, it's just, it's good when we get to camp to sit on as well, you know, when we're cooking for our meal, you know, just with along with our pads. But yeah, it's great to have, and it weighs nothing. We've got I have a trash bag that I made, Ziploc, out of a big Ziploc. I usually carry the oat sack for trash and to put my food in, but I'm going to try just doing a Ziploc for my trash, and the oat sack I'm still going to do for my food, and I'll just put the trash in with my food, you know, locked up at night, you know, and everything. I got a first aid kit. This is a Hilltop little bag. If you don't know Hilltop makes great little bags, designer ones, or you can get ones like they have like this for the first aid kit. I carry a little bit of, just, you know, I'm the one that carries the first aid kit, so I carry a little bit of everything. I have Tiger Balm in here. I do have a sunscreen stick. I've got some Neosporin little ointment things. I've got some Benadryl, Zyrtec, a little gauze bandage. I do carry KT tape. I do use KT tape on my foot and everything. Just to be on the safe side, I'll be carrying that and pushing that on my resupply boxes and stuff. So that's in here. And we do have some aqua tabs for water treatment, just in case something were to happen to our filters. We both carry a bee-free filter, but you just don't ever know. And this is just, it doesn't even, I swear it doesn't weigh anything. But yeah, we also have tweezers in there, and just the general first aid stuff, pretty much. Let's see, electronics bag. In my electronics bag, I carry the Anker 20,000 charger. I love that charger. I've had it for several years now. It works great. I've never had a problem with running out of juice for it. You know, so we use it. I also have a small little plug-in for my watch, because I have the Samsung Galaxy Active 2 watch. So this is a little plug-in for my watch to charge. I've got Anker, I've got the Anker cord that I use for this as well as a wall block that, you know, for the charging, you know, and everything when we go into town and stuff like that. Also in the electronics bag, I keep, if I get this close, I keep the, we have the Flex Tail, and we love it. I love it. I used it in October. It's the first time it was used. And I was like, oh, thank God, I don't have to blow my pads up anymore with my mouth. You know, which I wouldn't do that anyway with this because it's insulated. But yes, this is fantastic. Plus, it has a light on it. So it's very, very convenient and very nice. It does charge. So, and I also have a Flexology massage ball that is detrimental for someone like me that has reoccurring plantar fasciitis a lot. Also for muscles and everything that Gung Ho and I both will be using. I have a little small deck of playing cards. I have carried these for 16 years and I will continue to carry these. I cannot tell you how many times I've played solitaire, or he and I have played rummy. I mean, in the tent, because you spend a lot of hours in the tent, so it comes in handy. And then this is earbuds, for like if it's people snoring or anything like that. But it's also a little I love you beaded bracelet thing my daughter made me when she was in 3rd grade, and that's when I went on my trip, and I've kept it with me ever since. Sentimental, I know. So then on the outside of my pack, I have a chicken tramper. I think I mentioned it when I showed my pack last night, or on the video from last night. And on that, I'll be carrying, I've always carried a mace, people mace, not bear. And I carry a multi-tool that has, it has clippers in it, fingernail clippers in it. It has a small knife, and it also has a little pair of scissors. So that's really good. And then I also have my personal bag. And in the personal bag, I've got just like wipes. I am carrying a small, doesn't weigh anything, razor, because sometimes, lots of times you can't find just one razor when you get to a town. A lot of times you have to buy a pack. And I thought, last time I did this, I took just the one razor, and it worked great. I've got 2 ultralight little towels, one for personal, one for helping to keep the tent dry. I have deodorant. I've got a little small deodorant. This is for personal. It's just a preference. I've got a little thing of Vaseline. I've got a 1 ounce thing of Dr. Bonner's peppermint soap. I've got a Glide for her. And I've got Z-Packs toothbrush and toothpaste tabs. And then on another level, I've got what I carry on my hip belt. For my hip belt pocket, I have this. This is my bathroom, my toiletry bag. I do have toilet paper in there, but I also am carrying a bidet bottle and hand sanitizer and cooler cloth. If you're a woman and you don't know about a cooler cloth, you look it up, get one, and you'll be happy. It's the best thing ever made. Basically, it's a pea cloth, so it's fantastic. It's antimicrobial. So when you're doing stuff like this and out in the woods, this is great. It also saves on toilet paper. I mean, really. And then, of course, hand sanitizer, like I said. I forgot about the Crocs, but I am carrying camp shoes. I'm carrying the Crocs, and these are Brian's. He's also carrying Crocs. That is really honestly going to be like a savior for our feet when we get to camp at night, and just being able to put on like a recovery shoe it's going to be a plus for us. But yeah, I think I pretty much covered everything. I don't think I left anything out. If I think of anything else, I will definitely let you know. But if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, do please down below. Like I said before, ask. I don't mind answering questions about stuff. I'm more than willing to help. But if there's any advice you have for us, I'll take that too. I'm always willing to learn. Every day's a learning curve, so I can do that too. But yeah, we really appreciate you guys watching, and thank you so much for all the nice, lovely comments you've been giving us, and the thumbs ups and the helps, and we really appreciate it. But if you don't mind, if you would, like and subscribe and share, and we'll see you next time. Happy trails.